something that makes it even more of a, I know something really bad happened. Every single nurse that was in that room quit within the next 2 weeks. Everyone in the hospital room quit. All of the staff, besides the 2 doctors, were no longer at the hospital. The nurse I had had for those 6 years just flat out quit being a nurse. Like, she quit.
See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
Hey everybody, welcome to week 1 of season 4 here in Staying Salty. And today I am going to be talking about something that I'm so incredibly passionate about, this topic. And that is one of the most important things about being a patient, and that is the relationship with your doctor. And I'm so passionate about this that this is the 7th time I've attempted to film this video, which is partially why I sound kind of hoarse at the moment, because I've literally talked my butt off and started to cry a little bit every now and then, because I've had a wide array of different types of relationships with doctors, and not all of them have been pleasant. I would say out of every doctor I've ever had in my lifetime, 85% of them have been emotionally scarring or have put me in danger, or just I didn't feel comfortable, wasn't safe, and I wasn't protected. So I've got a lot to talk about on this subject, so after a really long conversation with my mom on how I should go about this, I've kind of just come to the conclusion of I am going to first go on the list of all the things that I think are super, super important when it comes to the relationship with your doctor. And then I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've had happen to me with doctors that haven't been very pleasant, and kind of give you things that you can look out for things, warning signs that might be something you're dealing with or you've dealt with or that you're not comfortable with, or just to give you something to look out for in the future. And then I'm going to end it on a high note and talk about, the good things about having such a good relationship with your doctor, because I hate to end things on a bad note. So, number 1 is communication. You have to be able to communicate with your doctor, and your doctor has to be able to eloquently and nicely communicate with you, but in an informative way. They have to be knowledgeable, which is another thing that I have down here, on everything going on with your body, the things scientifically, that could be causing it, what they should do, and have some type of plan for that. And they should also be knowledgeable of what's going on in your own life, which goes back with the communication. You have to be able to tell them things that you're going through that could impact your life, but also things that maybe you're looking forward to doing that you want to be able to do. Because if you both don't have a common goal to work forward to, just try to get your health to where you can live the life you want to, having a thing to look forward to for you to both work towards to get you to be able to do is always something that's a really big plus. Another one because of that is trust. You have to be able to trust your doctor. If you can't trust your doctor with, being your doctor, how are you supposed to trust them to save your life? At the end of the day, your doctor is saving your life. Every single day, your life is in your own hands, but it's also in the hands of your doctor, and you have to be able to trust them for them to be able to give you everything and the tools that you need and the resources that you need to be able to take care of yourself. To be able to take care of yourself for you as an actual person to save your life, rather than, the thing that we all know doctors are very notorious for, and that would be the numbers, which brings me to my next point, which is they have to be able to, I wrote, humanization is what I wrote down. You know, they have to be able to realize you're a person and you're a human with feelings, and, you know, there's certain ways that doctors should talk to patients that is not emotionally scarring. And that's not to say you should tiptoe around certain subjects. That is saying you shouldn't flat out look at a patient and tell them they're ugly or tell them they should, you know, sit on a couch and not do anything and be in a bubble and just die. These things have been said to me. Just saying. You know, they have to be able to see that you're a human, and, you know, you're not numbers, you're human, and they're there to save your life because, you know, they genuinely want to help people. It's always great to look out for a doctor that wants to help you. Another one that I put down is safe, which kind of goes hand in hand with trust and the humanization. Kind of all of it. It all ties in together, but there's just specific points that are to be made about each of these, and you'll find out why I feel that later on. If you don't feel safe in the hands of your doctor, like if you feel that they could put you in harm's way, or they could physically do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, or, you know, put in an order for someone else to do something that would make you feel uncomfortable or not safe, you have to be able to trust that they are going to keep you safe. And all aspects of the word, mentally, physically, spiritually, I don't know, you need to be able to feel safe. Another one that I wrote down is knowledge, which I think I've already covered. Compromise. You have to be able to, if you see something one way and your doctor sees it another way, rather than, you know, you being soul crushed or your doctor being completely frustrated, find a middle ground. Something that you can both, you know, if you need to be at something but your doctor needs you to do this, you know, find a way to where you can kind of get both. You have to be able to, that goes back to communication, communicate with your doctor to where you can come up with a plan that works for everyone. Another thing that I wrote down that goes with the plan is being proactive. I found that my health is always at its best when I have a doctor that is very proactive with my health care. That means, you know, they're not going to wait until I'm sick and dying and in bed with 30% lung function to do something. They are going to, you know, actually put in the effort beforehand so you don't get to that point, or to try to not let you get to that point. Do something that, you know, is going to help you and not just let you sit there and get worse. I'm eating a snowball. And then I wrote down human decency for the last one, which kind of in my head goes back to the feeling safe and humanization points that I wrote down. I don't even know if humanization is a word, but that's the word that I made up in my head if it's not a word. So I wrote that because you have to be able to trust and feel safe that your doctor is going to do things that an actual human would do. A human with morals. They're not going to touch you in ways that make you feel uncomfortable, and they're not going to allow other people to do so as well. So, yeah. It's kind of very, yeah. So, kind of, you really just should look out for a doctor that you trust, that you can communicate with, that you feel safe with, and that isn't going to see you as a number, a paycheck, or a piece of ass. I really don't know how to say all of these things. So, my camera died. I'm not really quite sure how to say my stories, especially because there are so many of them. It's kind of hard to pick and choose which ones. So I'm kind of just gonna give an overview best I can really fast, because the last time that I filmed this video full out and was able to finish it, it was like an hour and a half long, and I know you guys don't want to sit through an hour and a half long video. So if you guys would like to hear about some of those stories, leave it down in the comments down below, and maybe we'll make a week about it on our channel, or I'll make a video about it on my own channel. So I've had doctors that bullied me to the point of eating disorders. And then I've had doctors bully me because of the eating disorders. Just for instance, the second to last time I was in peds. My eating disorder started when I was around 7 or 8 years old, but that's a story for another day. Second to last time in peds in admission, my doctor sent out for a consult to deal with my blood sugar. And this guy came in and he was talking about how we needed to focus on my weight. I was like, you know, like my weight's doing really, really well right now. Like I've gained 35 pounds in the last year. And he's like, are you, seriously? God damn, you were so ugly. You must have been so ugly. And oh man. Speaking of inappropriate ways for doctors to talk to patients, my last stay in pediatrics, he was a fill-in cardio. Miranda in editing here, let's just say, to cut a long story short, it got so uncomfortable and I'm like, none of that happened. He was dead asleep. We weren't doing anything. He wasn't doing anything. Why are you even thinking this? Like, this isn't okay. Why are you making this stuff up? And so as I'm screaming at this doctor, they put me under with the gas mask. I wake up to find out that they went places in surgery that I was never confronted on. I never gave any, you know, you can do this, sure, you know, whatever, you have my consent to touch me there. Something that makes it even more of a, I know something really bad happened. Every single nurse that was in that room quit within the next 2 weeks. Everyone in the hospital room quit. All of the staff, besides the 2 doctors, were no longer at the hospital. The nurse I had had for those 6 years just flat out quit being a nurse. Like, she quit. It was never something she talked about before, and it was just, I really don't know what happened, and I don't want to think about what happened. Like I said, in the comments down below, let me know if you want to know more about some of the stories that I'm alluding to here, and way too many more that I'm not. Flash forward to the doctor I had after that. One showed me my friend's medical files after he closed the door and turned off all the lights, pulled up their x-rays and blood work and all of these things, and is like, just don't look at the name. I started seeing him at about 70% lung function. Within the next month and a half, I was at 45. 2 weeks after that, I was at 40. 2 weeks after that, I was at 35. 2 weeks after that, I was at 30. He wasn't giving me any antibiotics. He refused to put me in the hospital or do anything about it. And I was literally losing 5% lung function every 2 weeks. And I'm like, if this, you know, if this keeps up, I'm not gonna be here much longer. You know, there's doctors that pay way too much attention to you in really bad ways, and then there's doctors that refuse to pay attention to you. And then both of those things kind of combined whenever my most recent doctor, before I recently switched about 2 months ago, which is going to be what our next video will be about, he was very sexually inappropriate. I wasn't a person. I was a paycheck. Yeah, there's literally, I could talk for days about all of the things that happened in my childhood. I could talk for days and days, you know, doctors refusing to give me treatment, kind of like recently, but with things like enzymes. You know, not putting me in the hospital because they wanted to party for Mardi Gras, and I was literally green. My body was green. I was so sick. Or, you know, doctors doing coke in the hallway right in the middle of an appointment. You know, just I could talk about this for God knows how long. So I hope some of these were helpful. I hope, you know, you were able to get something from this. I hope you weren't able to relate to anything that's happened to me, but if you were, I hope that you found comfort in knowing that you're not the only person who's had to deal with really selfish and awful doctors. So yeah, I've had some of the most amazing doctors. Like my ENT I've been with since I was 11 or 12, 13, around that area, and she's saved my life on numerous occasions, not just dealing with my sinuses, but physically when I had no doctor, would go out of her way to find something to help, you know, get me into a consult with someone, even if it was at a different hospital. You know, just went above and beyond to help me, listen to me, just really be there for me and see me as a person. My therapist was a godsend. He had to move last year, but he would help me so much on every account, especially when it came to helping me deal mentally and then physically, finding things to help me get things taken care of as far as legal wise and things are concerned with my other doctors that have done bad things, or like my my last peds doctor before things got really bad. I can't tell you how much he was like my best friend. I saw him more than I saw my dad for that, you know, 6-year time in my life where he was my doctor, because I spent so much time in the hospital. And he would come and see me absolutely every single day on the weekends. You know, he would bring me food from his kids' birthday parties, and he would come in every morning dancing and singing, and he was just completely wonderful. And he was there and listened to me and helped me, you know, find schedules around things going on in my life and would encourage me. And so even though there are really awful doctors out there, and sometimes really amazing doctors can do really crappy things sometimes, there are still amazing doctors. The doctor that I've switched to and am currently dealing with is absolutely phenomenal, and luckily it's a girl, so hopefully I don't have to worry about the whole sexual harassment thing. Like I said, I hope you guys found this helpful. Leave your comments down below if you have any crazy stories from really awful doctors, or even really amazing stories about really amazing doctors. If you have any tips or tricks on how to have a better relationship with your doctor, or if you find a relationship with your doctor even that necessary in your healthcare, I want to know. I want to talk to you about it in the comments down below. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can check out all of the amazing things we have in store for you for season 4 and future seasons, and check out everything that we've done in the past. I'm going to leave all of my social media accounts as well as the channels down below. Bye!